Testing sound. It says I'm lagging, but I don't know why. I also don't know why I sang that, but okay. Whatever. Okay, so... Wow, it's been a while since I made a character. There we go, there's the zoom in. Okay, so... I'm gonna start with... Sure, Argonian. And... whatever, I'll stay with male. But I want to go to... Doesn't matter what class. I want to go to... yeah, this stuff. So Argonians, you can make super dark. And you can also make them pretty white and all kinds of shades in between, but they're sort of rainbow. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Great. Okay. I meant to come back out here. Okay. But... you've also got... Nords. Okay. I haven't made any dudes. Nords you can make super pale. Like, you need to go outside every now and then pale. I want to get that stuff off his face, but I guess it's on the next menu. I don't remember. You can make him pretty dark for a white guy. Looks like he's, you know, ruddy, been drinking, tanned a little. Can I get that stuff off his face? He just has like a boss scar. He's actually still pretty pale in most lights. He's very reddish. This guy likes the mead or the ale. Well, this is interesting because I have not made a male character. My husband has, but I haven't. So you can make their torsos pretty big. They've got this gut size modifier, but it doesn't do much. Just, you know, you can make them nice and trim. I did like the arm size and stuff like that. I thought that was cool. Oh, can I give him a big butt? What? That's nothing. Guy doesn't even look like he plays soccer or anything. Okay. Alright. Let's try... what else over here? Dark Elf. Okay. I keep everything else the same. Dark Elves, of course, can be pretty dark. Hence the name. I already drove somebody away. Yeah, I'm just messing around with the character engine. Not doing anything else. They can be pretty light. Wow, this guy's... I don't know. I prefer to make the ladies. Let's zoom her back in. Alright, she's a little less alarming, but she still looks like she's unhappy with your existence. Okay, with the light hair, she looks really light. And they get pretty dark. It's a little lighter than the Argonians. Kind of a slatey color, a little bit of a green undertone. And mid-range. It gets pretty light, very fast. Oh, okay, but darkens back up. So it's not really like a scale. It's just different shades. Okay. I didn't mess too much with the dark elf when I was making my character. It's an interesting range of skin tones. Alright, who's next? Khajiit. I know the Khajiit you can make super dark. They can be very panthery. I feel like the Khajiit need better hair. You know, the thing about... Oh, hey. The thing about ESO that I found is that I have absolutely no motivation to do or accomplish anything. Like, I think I'm only, like, level 9. And I've put, I don't know... I mean, not a lot. Maybe 10 hours into wandering around and doing stuff. But I don't really have any desire to play it. I just can't... I can't make myself care. I loved Oblivion... I didn't love Morrowind as much, but Skyrim of those was my least favorite. I had a hard time with the motivation on Skyrim too, but this has got some really interesting options. Like, you can really balloon them in size in some ways. You know, you can really customize. I was playing a game with myself and I was running through the cities like, oh, I wonder who's behind that female character. But right now, of course, for the first video, I'm really interested in the skin shading that you can choose because it seems very limited. This is what I'm playing in my character. I have a wood elf. And you would think as a wood elf, you know, you're probably running around outside, right? But even the darkest wood elves... Where was that? There was a dark flash for a second. I don't know. It's not changing. I mean, she just has like a mild tan. But yeah, game-wise, I don't know what it is. It just feels lacking to me. The storyline that I am playing, I know, is more interesting than the one that my husband started in. And it should be engaging. But I don't know. Interestingly, in the storyline that I started in, I'm fighting racists and racism. So you would think I'd be all over that. Like, let's do it. But I don't know. It's just lacking in some way. So, of course, with the other elves, you don't get a whole lot of variation. You get some tonal shifts, but not a lot of interbreeding. Man. I feel like with a lot of these, it's just not changing. If it is, it's very slight. I wonder why it's not scaled like from light to dark as with a lot of engines. I'm curious about features. I didn't make a high elf. I've never really liked high elves. They seem so snotty. But I'm curious what I can do in terms of features to her. Like, I find myself, I always want to challenge the system when I'm making a character and make him really, like, not traditionally attractive. more like handsome, but not, you know. Not a great fantasy beauty. That does not feel like it's changing to me at all. I guess, okay, when you do it fast, you see some lengthening of the nose. Now it just makes her look a little bit like I don't know, a witch. I'll give her a big wart on the side. See, this is definitely scaling, unlike the skin tone. I don't know, that's fascinating. Alright, let's see who's next. Oh. Orcs. I almost made an orc. I think the lady orcs are pretty boss. You can really get some pale skin, you know, a very vast range on the orcs and the dark elves, but not as much on the other elves. And there was like none on the Nord. And of course for her, you can make her, I mean, she's pretty beefy. As a fantasy female body type goes. You can increase her waist size too. So you can break the mold in some of these ways, but only to a point, you know? It's not so much like you lose fitness as you just become more of like a barbarian type. I did think that they did a pretty good job with the Redguard designs over some of the past games. And of course here you've got more variation with the skin tones. But I remember like in Oblivion, a lot of the human races just looked kind of like potatoes. In Skyrim they were better, but still, eh. This they seem a little more refined. Was that the darkest? Seems weird that they hid one of the darker ones in the middle. I'm gonna go with that one, I guess. Someday, I wonder if we're going to get more variety in hair. I feel like it's always about the same 7, 8 hairstyles, slight variations thereof. Yeah, they are. I mean, I I like the idea of it, and I think that it adds some really good customization. The problem is, and I'm not really sure whose problem this is, maybe it's mine, is that when you go into the game, you don't see that versatility being used. Pretty much you see the same body types over and over and over. So it's there, but if nobody's using it, are games going to keep including it? Will developers keep supporting that kind of customization? Or are they going to drop it because it's not worth the, the effort to code it? And I think that's a real concern. Oh, I was going to look at faces. Because what you see here is the same features, really, that you saw in the High Elf. There's some slight differences. Like, she doesn't look quite as witchy. And maybe it's just because of the rest of her face. Her eyes don't look as mean. But the last time I remember seeing some real differences in facial features and really good options, and Destiny. That's one thing I think Destiny did really well. Was their faces. We've got some different nose shapes here, still the same. You can bring it up higher. I wish I could zoom in further here. I like to really see the detail. Alright, who's left? And we've got Breton. Okay. And she, I think, was pretty limited too, but maybe I missed something in the middle since they hid some darker shades in there. The other, if it stays consistent, then that's probably about as dark as she's gonna get. I've got to read up on my lore, but you would feel like occasionally some people would, like, I don't know, intermarry. Some Romeo and Juliet shit happening between, across borders. She looks a little more sun-kissed. You make her blonde, and she looks like she needs a surfboard. See, and if it kept the features I had chosen, there's definitely some differences in facial features across races. And no matter what, your mouth is hanging open. See, once you zoom back, it doesn't seem to make that much difference on the body. I mean, you can tell she's got, a pretty sizable butt. I wonder, what if we make her a dude? Oh. Oh, my husband should have chosen that hairstyle. He would not appreciate me saying that during my stream. Okay, so if we make him as robust as we can, we can even give him big feet. It just doesn't seem... I don't know. It doesn't seem very big. Let's try making him small. We'll leave arms. Well, he seems thinner, but just really more proportional. Now his head looks kind of big. Should be able to thin his neck down to fit with the rest of his body. His butt definitely did get smaller. But, his butt definitely doesn't get as big as the lady butt. I like that you can have some, follically challenged guys running around. Again, though, not something I see a lot of in the game. That's true. You're going to be in armor. You have the option, of course, to turn your... What is that? Your helmet off. I want to give this guy a guitar. Some sweet lipstick. He looks awesome. You know, you can turn your helmet off. But there are a lot of people I noticed, too, at least in the cities... who are running around naked or half naked. It had been a while since I'd played any kind of an MMO, and I'd forgotten how many people just love to run around in their undies when they're in the cities. It really breaks the mood, man. Seems like a really poor choice when you're questing to run around in, like, your bikini. But, whatever. Very smooth. This guy moisturizes. I wonder what you use for a moisturizer around here. There's a lot of different bald variations. And a lot of mohawks. Okay, what I want to know is, where's the man bun? So we have faint stubble, and then we have smooth head. Okay. Very bright eyes. Alright, well that's all the different races. Looked at male and female. Super short stream. But unless anybody has a question, I'm probably going to call it there. I'll probably record, or at least I'll stream most of the engines that I film. I think we're going to do 10 games for the first video. So it'll be there, at least the footage, and then of course the discussion will be different. But thanks for coming in. Alright, cool. I'll try to do them at different times so that I can catch more people. And I'll see about posting them to the Kickstarter page too. Thank you so much for everything that you've done for us. You've been really sweet. Alright, see you later.